I got robbed in Greece and it turned out to be one of the greatest things ever happened to me. Here's why. It was 5 months ago. I was on vacation with my family in Athens. Everything was nice, but as we headed to the airport, we found out that everything in the trunk of our rental car had been stolen. I still remember the shock, the sense of horror when I realized there was nothing left. But somewhere deep down, there was this odd feeling telling me that all of this was happening for a reason. And somehow, things would be alright. Now looking back, I can see those reasons clearly. And yes, things turned out to be more than alright. So here are the 5 lessons I took from that incident that might be useful for you too. For many years, I was struggling with this persistent fear. What if my laptop gets stolen? What if I lose all of my work? And then it happened. I lost some of my work and some footage that I didn't even back up. Gone forever. You regularly gotta back up your stuff. That's something I learned. Suddenly, I was without a computer for 3 weeks, with no work to keep me busy. Every day I would think, what am I supposed to do now? And that's led me to the next lesson. Before the robbery, my mind was all over the place. I was trying to create the content that could get views, but something felt off. Without a laptop or a project to work on, I finally had a space to just think, to ask myself what I really want to do, what story really matters to me. And in that pose, I found a clarity which led me to launching this brand new channel. I lost more than a laptop that day. My favorite clothes, headphones, necklaces, rings, a lot of stuff, all gone. And sure, it hurt, but I also realized I can still live, still be me without those things. They served me for a time, but they're just things. I shouldn't be too attached to them. In the end, I don't truly own anything but my experiences. Those no one can take away from me. They won't expire. They live on as long as I do. And some of them will be here still in the lives of others. There's a saying that everything happens for a reason. I don't know if that's true, but I believe there's something to be learned in everything. It's easy to get lost in the negativity, but if we choose to see it, there's something valuable even in the toughest moments. I'm grateful what I learned from this, and I hope it's something you can use it too. When this incident happened, while I was tracking the location of my AirTag, I found myself on a street that made me feel a deep sadness for humanity. Lying along the sidewalks, there were hundreds of people, unconscious or in a daze, injecting drugs into their bodies. In the middle of the city center, it was clear that many of them were lost, not just physically, but in a way that goes beyond words. They seemed to lack something that we all need. A sense of purpose, a reason to live something greater than ourselves. Remembering that scene still gives me chills. But in the middle of this story, a Greek man who almost spoke no English stepped in to help. He even closed his store and stayed with me, helping me to communicate with the police, doing everything he could to help. He didn't ask for anything in return. He was just being human, helping for the sake of helping. In the end, what I thought was a terrible loss turned into one of my greatest gains. It reminded me our experiences, connections, and kindness are the true things of value, not material items we hold on to. Life has a way of teaching us through challenges. If we are open to it, there's something to learn even in the toughest moments. So as you go about your day, remember to pause and ask yourself, what lessons I can learn from my own struggles? Whatever you're going through, you're not alone feeling it. So good morning, good afternoon, good night. Hope to see you soon.